Hey guys, what's going on? I am starting this hiking video out a little bit differently, aka in my car. The reason being is I'm driving over to 29th Street. I didn't want to hike to 29th and then start the hiking video, but before I head over there I wanted to point something out to you. These new signs that Ogden City put up are awesome. Hey, there's my wife walking our dog with her friend. Let's go say hi. Hey Dewey! Looks like Dewey gets his own walk today. This is Steph and my wife Lacey. And ketchup water. Anyway, we're gonna head out. So that was a pleasant surprise. I just wanted to check out the new trailhead signs. In fact, 29th Street has one as well. And that's where I will be starting today's hike. So we're headed up Taylor Canyon. And the reason why we're headed up there is because I hear that if instead of turning off to go to Malan's Peak, there's a shack. And I want to find that shack. I have about 3 hours before sunset. So not a ton of time to explore, but we'll go see what we can find. Oh yeah, and be sure to take your wallet and your keys and any valuables with you when you're hiking. I know it can be cumbersome, but about 4 years ago we had our car broken into at the start of the Indian trailhead. Luckily they didn't steal anything. They took my wife's purse, which was empty, but keep that in mind. Keep your stuff protected and hidden. Alright, so we are starting at 29th Street. And again, like I said, we're gonna make our way up Taylor Canyon. So just hanging to the left here. God, there's a lot of flies. And it's hot, so I brought water. It's about 5 p.m. in the evening. The car thermostat said 95 degrees. Might be a little bit cooler than that. But I think this hike would have been better started on 27th. Because then you can go straight up Taylor. In fact, I know it would be, but we're gonna go this way to start just because I wanted to check out those new signs. It'll add a couple of extra steps to the hike. I'm also probably the only fool up here wearing pants. Feels like forever since I've done one of these hiking videos. I was out of town. Let's use that angle for the lighting. But I was out of town this last week. I was in Hawaii. I did a hike there, and it sure was a lot easier to breathe at sea level. I mean, I huff and puff anyway, but yeah, you can definitely tell a difference. So I feel bad for people who move to Utah and want to get out hiking. It's probably quite the adjustment. Okay, I'm hanging in the left and heading up this trail here. The goal is to get up onto the Bonneville shoreline and then cut back north. Here we go. So yeah, this is this is the Bonneville shoreline trail. We're just gonna follow it to the north here till we see signs for Taylor Canyon, but gotta show the view. Always love the view. If you moved to Ogden from a lower elevation, I'd like to hear your experience. So whether it's in the comments or whatever video that you want to tag This Is Ogden in, it'd be interesting to hear the different perspective, because when I was at sea level, I definitely noticed a difference. Little side note, I love those apartments right there. I can't wait till I'm older so I can move into one. I think they're only for seniors. It's been a while since I've been up here. I was just reading all these no trespassing signs, basically saying you have to stay on the 4 main trails. The 4 trails are sorry, I'm looking. Basically Taylor to Malan's. Where did I see that? Anyway, and then this one says closed area Stay on main trail. The area beyond this sign is closed to the public. I don't really know what that means. Maybe you guys can help me out here. But I'm gonna go up this way. Like, I know this is private property. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been up through here, so we'll see what we can find and where we can go, because I don't want to get in trouble. And most of my hiking has been done down at 22nd Street, so that section's kind of new to me. I'm sure you guys know a little bit more about it, but I'm gonna stay up on this trail. Alright, so this one looks a little bit more welcoming. It says public welcome, no other signs, so I'm gonna follow this one. Basically, I just hung a ride off of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, and I'll stay on this main trail. Yeah, I feel like kind of a noob not knowing about those signs, but like I said, it's been a while since I've been up this direction, I guess down this direction from where I live. But we'll just follow along. Who knows, that trail to get to where the cabin is might not even be accessible. We'll find out. This shade feels nice through here. I don't regret wearing pants now. That's a weird thing to say, but pants compared to shorts. Anyway, I think it's funny that sign compared trail access to Google or Pandora, calling the 4 main trails free. Then you have to pay to get on the other trails. So they say freemium. It's kind of a funny concept, but I get it. You know, it's your property. You're letting us come on it. So for that, I'm grateful. It's just that, you know, back in the day, I remember coming up here without any consequence. And then I hear stories about my dad coming up here when he was a kid too. And, you know, when people come up and mess things up and don't take care of them, then I totally get it. It's your land, you can do what you want with it. So thanks for letting us even come on this portion of it. Man, that is so pretty up there. My hope was to be over on that side of the canyon to get up there, but I'm gonna stay on this side. Hopefully we can connect in with that other trail and head further up the canyon rather than going up to Malan's Peak. That will be another hike for another day. So I switched out my little drawstring bag for a Camelback. I've had this for about 10 years now, but I found out that it holds all my equipment that I use pretty nicely, so glad to have some water. Definitely easier than carrying a water bottle. But here we are. We're gonna head to the Taylor Canyon South Trail. So this one right here. I'm gonna follow that. And that'll get us to the right spot. All right, so I made the turn off to go to the Taylor Canyon North Trail to get us over on the other side of the canyon. Gotta love those views though. So I'm crossing this dry creek bed here. And I'm gonna continue to the North Trail. This might be a little shortcut. So I'm back on the North Trailhead. Now I'm heading up the canyon. To be honest, I don't even really know what I'm looking for on this trail. I just have a few loose instructions of where I could find this place. But what I do know is that there have been some old prospects up here. some old mining prospects. There's a crazy story, if I find it, I'll link it in the description, of a guy who was up here exploring and got caught in a lightning storm. That lightning struck a rock and exposed a vein of gold. And the guy was never able to find it. Nobody else has either, but supposedly at some point there were about 10 claims up here. Obviously, if anything significant was found, then it would be a different story up here, but nothing was. So who knows how substantiated those are. But come to a crossroads here. Got a bridge. So that's going to take you on the south trail. And then we're going to actually take the north trail here up to Malan's Basin. We're not going to Malan's Basin. We're just going to follow this trail as far as we can go. But we'll be taking that one back down. Man, I'm breathing hard today. Shouldn't have sat around so much in Hawaii. I did do a sweet hike to a waterfall and lots of swimming and snorkeling, but that's not why we're here. This is Ogden, the greatest place on earth. So let's keep going. It's looking pretty dry, but I think we're on the right track. So I'm really enjoying myself along this trail. When there's water running down this creek, it really makes for a cool hike, not just figuratively, but literally as well. You know, that water cools the air like a swamp cooler. So still pretty toasty. We're getting to the end of August and we're still seeing temps in the 90s. So I'm sweating, but just the scenery along this hike alone is totally worth it. All right, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there is running water. The further up you go, you can tell because you can hear it, but there are also a ton of wasps and hornets gathered around the water right now. Probably because it's so sparse. But yeah, don't want to get stung. Another thing about Taylor Canyon is there's actually a bunch of logging that took place up here during the railroad days, but it's been pretty much stripped of that. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some running water. But it was pretty much stripped of that. So now all we have is scrub oak. There was a lot of activity up here. And then I'm sure you heard about the boiler up in Malan's Basin. That's one that I've never done that I want to do. I've also heard there's some fruit trees up there with fruit. Obviously, they're fruit trees. But could you imagine after a long hike up to Malan's Peak, just picking some fresh fruit? So if you know anything about that, let me know in the comments or shoot me a message. That would be awesome to check out. So one thing I haven't been great at in making these videos is shooting what's called B-roll. That's just the footage that is used to, you know, cut between scenes, or I don't know, basically all the pretty stuff. And so I'm gonna try some with this little waterfall that I found. Let's just hope I don't get stung by a bee. Alright, we'll see what that looked like. I don't want to spend too much time there as I'm running out of daylight. But let's keep going. This yellow mound is pretty interesting. A little different than the regular granite and stuff that you'll find up here. Wish I knew geology a little better so I could tell you exactly what went on there. All right, so we've gotten to the point that I've never been. So usually what I do is I will hang a right across this bridge and go up to Malan's Peak. Instead, we're going straight on through up Taylor's Canyon. But check out this rock wall. Oh man, that is awesome. I think that they would show Simba off of that rock. We should call that Pride Rock if it doesn't have a name already. But onward and upward. I'm sorry, that was super cheesy. But we're just following this dry creek bed. Judging by the trail, it looks like most people turn off and go to Malan's. So, who knows? Maybe a lot of you have done this hike before, but maybe not. And that's why I'm here. I'm discovering things with those people who have yet to discover how awesome Ogden is. But yeah, this trail isn't as worn as the others. See that? All right, so I'm pretty deep into the Taylor Canyon Trail and came across this cool bridge. So whoever made that, I sure appreciate you. It's cool. It's got some rocks leading up to it. Got some nice cross hatches for traction. Super sturdy. It held my weight. Anyway, I'm just kind of looking around, looking for any sort of a sign of a trail that would lead off of this one that would help us find that shack, because I mean, I've been hiking around up here for years and the first I heard of it was this year, so it can't be that well known. Who knows? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention before. But we're gonna go find it. Maybe not today, but that's the goal. All right, so we've come to a stream and we've come to a bit of a crossroads. We got this trail over here. We got this trail that goes up there. Now, my hunch is to go this way. The reason being is there's this old wooden water flume right here. And that's a sign of civilization from a long time ago. And it doesn't really look like that one goes anywhere. But who knows, maybe if I get far enough up here where I can turn around and have time, then I'll explore this trail. But I'm gonna go to the left. But man, look how pretty this is. So pretty. Check this out, there's still water that tries to run down this flume. I don't even know how old this thing is. But yeah, that's how pipes were made back in the day. I love finding stuff like that. So cool. One thing that I've kind of noticed about myself in doing these videos is I have a tendency to just kind of hike and share what little knowledge I have about the history of something, and sometimes it might be wrong. So if you know for a fact something I say is wrong and you feel inclined to correct me, I'm just going off of things I've read, things I've heard, stuff like that. So yeah, help me help you. Like Tom Cruise would say, help me help you. Was that pretty good? Never done that before. So I don't know, guys, I've made it up here quite a ways. It's opened up a little bit. You can kind of see the backside of Malan's Peak, and then as I come up here, you know, we're now hiking along these exposed rock walls. So I don't know how much further it would be, and I don't want to get too far back in here before it gets dark. I might go a little bit ways more and then attempt it another time. You know, maybe try to get some more instruction, but I feel like I'm pretty far back here. Now I do know this trail connects with the backside of the Hidden Valley Trail. I'm just kind of looking for anywhere a structure would be. So I could follow this, go all the way up to Hidden Valley. Obviously don't have time for that today, but that would be a fun hike. However, I heard some controversy behind that trail, that it's not an official trail. So if that's true, you know, to prevent wear and tear on the environment, then we shouldn't take it. But if not, that'd be a pretty sweet hike. So if you know anything about that, let me know. Again, so I can share knowledge with those who don't. I'm just spitting off what I heard, what I've read. But yeah, we're getting deep in here, guys. And I am not seeing where a structure would be. There is not really any even ground. But I'm gonna go a little bit further. Guys, check this area out. This is awesome. Got these cliffs. It's shaded. Got a spring coming right out right there. Looks like there's some rock climbing that goes on here. A nice flat area for camping. This is pretty sweet. I can't believe I've never seen this before. Looks like there's even some bike trails up here. Well, I'm glad I at least kept going this far. But let's go a little bit further. Got a man-made feature here. Sounds like there's water running through it. Yeah, this is so cool. All right, so I see a trail here and the main trail this way. I think I might take this one a little ways just to see, just because I'm curious. Guys, I don't know if you can see. Check out those birds. That scared me. Those wings. Thought I was about ready to get eaten by a mountain lion. Wow. This is cool. That got my heart racing. But went up that trail a little ways because I thought this looked kind of like a fence from down below. Saw a little bit more of that wooden flume. I don't want to get too far off trail, especially where it's getting dark. But people have definitely been back up through here. I'm just not seeing any organization that would hint at being somebody's cabin. So I'm gonna head back down to the main trail, follow it for just a little bit longer, and then probably head out for now. But you know, part two will definitely be a follow-up to this. But you can see how easy it is to lose the trail up here, because I walked up it and I don't know the best way down. Oh, those birds. I don't know if you can hear their wings, but it's like a deep flutter. See, here's that old flume I was talking about right there. Just the ribs of it. But yeah, heading back to the trail now. So those birds are some sort of grouse. I should know. I grew up hunting. Should be able to identify them. Some grouse or, you know, some field hen. But the reason why it's so startling is because they wait until you're right there before they fly away. So it freaks you out. Yeah, this trail's getting steeper. I'm probably hitting the backside of Hidden Valley. So this might be an unsuccessful video, guys. If you watch it and know where I'm heading and care to share, I would love to know. There's a little campsite down there. Looks like it's kind of sloughed off, made a nice little flat area. Just looking for any signs of civilization on this trail. So I see kind of a clearing up ahead. That's going to be my turnaround point. That's kind of a bit of personal hiking safety, is just setting a limit on when to turn around. I mean, I could be walking around up here all night if I wanted to. This trail's steep. Anyway, that way it's gonna help you from getting lost, you know, help you from not overdoing it. So you kind of pick a point and decide when to turn around. Now, we could get lucky. This could be the spot I'm looking for, but I'm not so sure at this point. It just looks like it opens up and will give me somewhat of an advantage. Sorry for that heavy breathing. It is kind of a steep trail here. So I'll show you what I'm looking at. Basically just right through there. All right, so I'm going to admit defeat on this one. I mean, I don't have a ton of time to explore. I'm gonna have to get an earlier start. Either that or bring someone with me who knows where it is and wants to show it. You know, sometimes people are protective of certain places, and I try to respect that as best as I can. But I also feel like it's important to show these hidden gems and get people out and exploring. The fact that this is all right within our backyard is amazing. So I'm heading back down. It'll probably be dark or close to when I get back to the car. Sorry about that. My wire got caught on the a weed and made me stop recording. But yeah, anyway, check out this view though. It just doesn't do it justice, but can you guys see that back there? And then I'm assuming this is kind of the backside of Hidden Valley, which I have yet to do that hike as well. I mean, I've done it, but not as part of the series. My goal is to do it as a camping video. I think we've talked about that plenty of times. Should probably get to that before it gets too cold. Anyway, I'm rambling. Kind of want to get my drone in the air before I head down. I haven't really come to a good open spot yet, but I'll find one, get my drone in the air, see what we can see, and then we'll close this thing out. So thanks for watching to this point. Stay tuned for hopefully some drone footage. If you're watching this, there will be drone footage, and then we'll close this thing out, call it a day, and make this a 2-part, maybe even 3-part series. All right, so got the drone in the air. The rope on my hat was on my head. Wonder how long that was going on for. Got the drone in the air. Got some cool shots, but the gimbal started malfunctioning, and I think it's because I took it off in a dusty area. It happened to me when I was in Hawaii too, and I just had to kind of clean it out. But headed back down now, so got some drone footage. But I gotta figure out that gimbal thing. Didn't get as much as I wanted to. But yeah, this was a cool hike. Even though I didn't find what I was looking for. I don't know if you can tell, but look how steep this trail is. Like, that is looking straight out. That's looking down. Trying not to exaggerate it, but pretty steep climb. Man, look at those. Look at those mountains. We got Malan's Peak, you know, over here behind the tree. Then back over there, well, you got Mount Ogden up in that area too. Guys, I just don't want to cut off this video because I wasn't successful in finding what I was looking for. But we'll be back. We're going to find this. And anyway, if you made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I do This is Ogden on my personal YouTube channel just because that already had a following. I can't remember if I ever explained that or not, but thank you for subscribing. Let's get to 1,000. So share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Trying to avoid all the YouTuber cliches, but sometimes you just got to do it. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends. I know I also post this on Facebook too, so like the Facebook page, and hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'm gonna get home and edit, and remember, I did this hike, so you will want to. I might have someone with me this next time because obviously I don't know where I'm going. Anyway, have a good one. See you, everyone.